We're taking a look at the 10 best indie games coming out in March, and trust me, there are a lot to sort through. Hey guys, it's Cody with Indie Game Pulse, where we bring you the hottest indie games with the coolest memes. Let's get right into it. Lords of Exile starts off our list as a wonderful 8-bit action platformer with strong Castlevania vibes that I know many of you will enjoy. Following the death of his wife at the hands of the cruel Galagar, our hero Sir Gabriel only lives for revenge and is hell-bent on it. You will lead him through 8 linear levels with dangerous bosses at the end of each, and also use a variety of weapons and shadow powers to enact your vengeance. You can even ride a horse, apparently. This is the biggest hidden gem on our list, so be sure to give it a look when it comes to PC and Mac and all consoles on March 25th. Up next, and the debut game from the developer Graceful Decay and published by Annapurna Interactive, is Maquette. This first-person recursive puzzler is a fascinating one, and I'll do my best to explain it even though I'm not the sharpest light in the box of crayons.
My name is Jeff.
Each world in Maquette is set inside of itself and so on, extending outward. You will need to move items around in the smaller world to open up new paths and areas to explore in the larger worlds. For those that enjoy puzzle games like the recent Superliminal, I think this may just be your next favorite game. There is also a love story told as you progress further, and the world building looks stunning, so for me, this is a no-brainer. Pick up Maquette on PC and PlayStation consoles on March 2nd.
We're not just friends, are we?
I don't know. Is it supposed to be this difficult?
If you like scary movies and pencils, Mundaun should be right up your alley. This first-person horror tale is set in a hand-penciled valley town where you are seeking the secret behind your grandfather's death. As you explore the surrounding mountains and gain clues, you may encounter some harrowing sights as well. Supernatural events are definitely not off the table. Also goats. Lots of goats here. There will be some puzzles to solve along your journey and some interesting townsfolk to mix and mingle with. If you're a fan of the horror genre, check out Mundaun, coming out on March 16th for all consoles and PC via Steam and Epic Games. At number 6, Everhood is a trippy, whimsical adventure through a dark and disturbed world. I'm not all too sure what to say about this one. This is straight from the press kit. You play as a wooden doll character whose arm has been stolen by a blue gnome. It's pretty wacky, and it's going to be a wild ride for sure. There's a big focus on musical boss battles, and there looks to be a wide variety of characters and fun interactions, almost like an Alice in Wonderland, but even more twisted and strange if that's possible. I'm a big fan of this unusual look, and you can find Everhood on PC and Nintendo Switch on March 4th. Another game launching on March 4th for PC, Mac, and Linux is Loop Hero, a card-based RPG where you'll walk endlessly along your loop while also playing cards to add different enemies, buildings, and terrain to the map. All these options will bring different advantages or struggles and will hopefully bring you an increased load of upgraded loot as you continue around and around your loop. You are able to adjust your inventory and equipment on the fly, so experimentation is the name of the game here. This seems to be an endless walker of sorts, but there will be boss fights culminating in the final fight against the Lich who has enslaved the world in this time loop. If you like this muted pixel art palette and love running in circles, give Loop Hero a try. Now, if Kaze and the Wild Masks doesn't take you back to the early days of side-scrolling platformers and collectathons like Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario Bros., I don't know what will. Heck, even the coloration is giving me Sonic vibes. Also, the enemies you'll encounter are living vegetables. I don't know what that's about, but I'm excited to learn the backstory for sure. As Kaze, you'll gather the wild masks and receive the powers of the tiger, eagle, and a couple others that I won't spoil. These powers will unlock new potential for you as you proceed towards your goal of rescuing your friend Hogo, presumably from a deranged head of cabbage or something like that. If you're looking for a throwback platformer with some really colorful scenery, you can play Kaze and the Wild Masks on PC and all consoles as well as Google Stadia beginning March 26th. Drawing inspiration from 80s cultural icons such as He-Man and Castlevania, the retro-futuristic Narita Boy has me very intrigued. Setting out on a colorful adventure through the digital kingdom, you'll guide Narita Boy to discover the mysteries of the Techno Sword, which he wields with serious fervor. You'll battle against the Dark Forces and Tainted Stallions, all in time with some unique and retro synth beats. If I'm being honest, this reminds me a lot of Tron's story, taking place inside of a digital world, but it also seems original enough to be its own thing, and the graphics and visuals really have me psyched to check it out.
In the darkest night, a hero will arise.
Narita Boy might just be an instant classic, and it comes to PC and all consoles on March 30th. This is my first time doing an honorable mention on a countdown list, but I think this one deserves your attention. Disco Elysium has been out since 2019 and is lauded as one of the greatest stories told and one of the most well-known RPGs in the indie gaming scene. And now it's coming to PlayStation consoles and Google Stadia, and also getting full voiceover narration in the Final Cut version, which will be a free upgrade to those on PC and Mac who already own the game. I'm not going to try and unravel what the story is here, but rest assured that if you enjoy open world RPGs, you will not be disappointed, and I couldn't help mentioning Disco Elysium, the Final Cut, in our list. An exact release date hasn't yet been announced, but it is scheduled for March. Moving into our top 3 indies coming in March, we begin with a long-time wishlist resident, Buildings Have Feelings Too. Yep, this is a city management sim where you not only need to worry about the needs of the citizens, but also the needs and wants of your buildings. You can rearrange your city in order to find the perfect layout for you and your buildings, and help them come to grips with the new ways of the world. I think Buildings Have Feelings Too looks like a cute and funny twist on the city builder genre, and I look forward to seeing it in action when it lands on PC and all consoles sometime in March. At number 2, and a game I featured in my top 10 games of 2021, is Stronghold Warlords, an ancient RTS castle sim set in East Asia. The number one question I always get asked about RTS indie games is it co-op or PvP? And I'm happy to say it's a yes to both. Beginning March 9th, you can command the Mongol hordes, Imperial warriors, and samurai clansmen as they seek to fortify their borders and conquer the known world. You will also unlock and lead with great historical warlords such as Genghis Khan. The Stronghold franchise looks like it's about to make a resurgence into the RTS scene, and you don't want to miss Stronghold Warlords when it comes to PC via Steam. If you want to keep finding the newest and best indie games and hear genuine reviews from an indie game fanatic like yourself, click the subscribe button and notification bell to make sure you don't miss another video. And at number 1, and again, a game that has been on many of our wish lists for quite some time, is the gorgeously hand-drawn side-scroller Minute of Islands. Guiding the main character Mo, a mechanic by trade, you'll travel through many strange and deranged lands, and use the Omni Switch to solve environmental puzzles. Hopefully, you can repair the machines left behind from the giants of old and restore the islands, but will that be enough? Promising a nuanced story of personal discovery and set in a lovely and imaginative world, I think Minute of Islands will deliver some unexpected endings and emotions. I hope you'll give it a look when it releases on PC, Mac, and all consoles on March 18th. That's going to do it for our best indie games in March. Thank you very much to my 349 subscribers for your support, and I look forward to getting to know more of you soon. For more top indie game countdowns and reviews, check out the videos on your screen now, and I'll see you on the other side.